guys, it's me Avid Vedi and you are listening on Extended Reality Developers of India community. So today we have a special guest. We have the founder of Street Lamp Games. So let's welcome him.
Yeah, hello guys. This is Deepak here. Thank you, Mr. Ravi, for having me here. And last time when we met, it was in a charity event, right?
Right.
You guys have done an amazing job, and thanks for having me there, man. Cool.
Okay, so Deepak, you have founded Street Lamp Games, and Street Lamp Games has did amazing games. So you have a very good strength in hyper casual games. So let's talk about some of your this journey. Let's first introduce yourself and talk about how did you inspire with the gaming industry and how did everything started.
Okay. Technically, talking about me is a bit easier than talking about my the company's journey. It's pretty high. Anyways, hi guys, once again. This is Deepak Gurijala, a CEO founder of Street Lamp Games. I was an automobile engineer from SR University, and I have started this company back in 2016 in a small town. Then right now we are located in Hyderabad. So when I go into depths of the company, I had a choice to choose whether to go for MBA in foreign country or to start this gaming company. So my passion towards gaming or the passion towards being an entrepreneur made me choose this. And one fine day, I technically I don't have a prior knowledge on how to make games and how to create games. I am a huge fan of games and I play games, but no knowledge. Then one fine day I found one of our co-founder, Mahesh. Then we collaborated, we started this company. Only two guys made very simple games. Both of us learned from YouTube and how to make it. And technically, that's how we started. Yeah, even Cubots origins were made by only two guys. And this is a basic journey of us.
Amazing. So let's talk further more about your company. So what was the idea behind the company? What was the idea behind the very name Street Lamp Games, since it's so unique? So we can discuss that.
Yeah, I mean, see, I'm a 90s kid, like you call millennials, right?
Absolutely.
Millennials, yeah. The point is, we used to play under street lights, right? Whether it's a cricket or badminton, we don't have phones, we don't have anything. Then in 2016, before June, we are thinking about names, which should be very unique. And one fine day, I was in a balcony on one small kid, he's a teenager, sitting under a street light, and he was playing with his mobile. That was the actual logo of our company, and that was the day I have decided, why not Street Lamp Games?
Interesting.
So people came from physical games to virtual games, and that was where under the same street lights we played, and the same street lights these guys are playing mobile games. So yep, that's the basic journey of us.
Very inspiring. So how did you started the company, the team itself, and how did you manage all this? What was the starting inspiration and everything?
Yeah, as I said, like first I met this guy. He was very passionate person. Why not invest on him, and both of us together we can learn more and grow more. And it took us 16 months. We were both, and we had in and out, like there are a couple of guys came in and went. And later on, without success, no one had looked at us. Technically, Mr. Ravi, no one. I have approached quite a few colleges. I have approached quite a few institutes, and we posted a lot of resumes. No one had approached us. After the success of Cubots, we have received thousands and thousands of resumes from institutes and other people. Finding talent is so tough in this industry. So we struggle hard. Currently, we are more than 10 people, and the journey is going on that way.
Amazing. So let's talk about the very genre which you do, which is hyper casual games. So there are a lot of genres of games. So like there is FPS, there is MMO, RPGs, and then there is hyper casual and casual gaming. So let's talk about hyper casual games. What makes a game a hyper casual, and what are the key ingredients of this hyper casual genre? And let's talk about the challenges of this genre.
Perfect. Technically, we are very good with premium games and hyper casual games. Yep. And when it comes to hyper casual games, the name itself says that it should be pretty simple. Right. The game should have simple mechanics. It doesn't require heavy mechanics or heavy gameplays. It doesn't require anything. It should be very minimalistic. A single game mechanic would do the game magic. Right, like a tab game, swipe game, stacking game, very basic. It doesn't require any aesthetics, right? You can keep any kind of art style, it will work. Whether the person likes it, that's enough, right? And you asked about challenges in hyper casual game. A lot of challenges, man. A lot of competition. Like if you release a hyper casual game, it hardly takes you a week or 2 weeks time to make a basic hyper casual prototype, a 3-level or 5-level hyper casual game. And if you release it in iOS App Store or Play Store, within another 1 week, there'll be copies of that game, right? You can see quite a few copies of simple games. So that is the biggest competition. And the talent, many people will adapt to that. The scope of innovation is getting lower technically, so people have to adapt to the newer challenges, newer game concepts, which is going back because of copying the games. Yep.
Amazing. So even in this hyper casual journey, there is a lot of detail which is required. The level design is pretty unique, and the player has to make very small decisions that when to tap, very minimalistic action, and the graphics let everything done by themselves. So he does some action and he gets some reward in terms of whatever the graphics are doing, right? So amazing to see hyper casual like this. What you make? You have made a few games. You have made Cursed Arena. So what was this game about?
Cursed Arena is not a hyper casual game. It is a premium game.
Okay.
So if you check our app store, there are some 20 plus games are there, which are hyper casual, ultra casual, ASMR, ideal games we made this. When it comes to you want me to explain about the premium game, or you want me to explain about the hyper casual?
No,
game?
let's first talk about this Cursed Arena. What was the concept? What is the
Okay. So all of our premium games will have a basic message to it. We want to give that innovative thought. The Cursed Arena, it's all about animals, which a group of animals in an arena. You need to survive. Those group of animals need to survive in that particular arena for a minute or 30 seconds.
Okay.
The message behind it is we are seeing slaughterhouses. Lot of slaughterhouses. So we are trying to with this game we are trying to make people analyze not to kill animals, right? We made it a little more gorish. Because enlighten people how important it is. And there is a small story linked to this Cursed Arena where two sheep will be loving each other. It will be there in the trailer if you can check it out. This small love story between two sheep. We show the emotions between the animals. Even animals do have emotions wherever they go. That's the main concept behind it.
So it's a beautiful message which you are providing in terms of a premium game.
Yep.
Absolutely. So again, since you have with us today, we would also like to know your knowledge about all types of genre in the games. Like you said, ASMR is there, also there is hyper casual, also there is premium games. So what are the differences and what are the key elements of each genre which are there?
Okay, what are the genres which I mentioned right now? Ultra casual, hybrid casual, ASMR. These are all subsegments of hyper casual games. Yeah, so ultra casual and ASM are pretty much similar, which are mentally relaxing games. If you see YouTube videos, oddly relaxing videos, so
Absolutely.
most of the game developers and designers take that ideas from that kind of videos and they make the games, right? Cleaning a fruit, cleaning something,
Slime.
repairing something. Yeah, slime, cutting slimes, cutting vegetables. So it requires more than 2, 3 mechanics, but it gives you more pleasure, right? And hybrid casual such as Archero game, you just keep going on. There is no end to it. Simple mechanics to it again, and currently again hyper school, hyper office. These days, new games are coming up with 10 different mechanics in one simple game. That is one thing. And premium games are other style again. These are all hyper casual comes under free to play segment. A premium game is totally different. Premium, freemium, F2P. Like
Okay.
premiums are high quality games which you sell the games. There won't be ads, there won't be any in-app purchases, there won't be nothing. You just give 2 hour gameplay or 1 hour gameplay. You people will see the end of the game. Unlike this hyper casual, in hyper casual there is no end. You keep playing, you keep playing. There is no end to it, right? And premium games will have a basic story or intense, in-depth gameplay that will be there, and lot of aesthetics. Yep.
Amazing. So the Bombarika, this game in which genre it falls? Is it a premium game? It is a hyper
It's a
casual.
premium game.
It's a premium game. So it has a storyline. So what was this storyline?
Same thing like we spoke about Kurz Arena. This has a message. Back in 2017, 2018, there was a thing was going on in India and around the world called Blue Whale.
Right.
Right,
Right.
Blue
The
Whale
Blue Whale
came
challenge.
and people are scolding us like anything.
Right.
They're shouting at game developers like anything. So we game developers, if we put a game, a destructive game, it's easy to get money. It's
Absolutely.
very easy to get monetization. So I spoke to my team like let's make a game with a destructive item called and we have taken bomb, right? A bomb or a grenade. So let's say if a bomb or grenade in a house, how to send that particular bomb out of the house.
Oh.
So it's a proper puzzle game. So every item inside the house, household items, will be like poltergeist. Like they move when you tap, they'll move. So using your household objects, you have to send the bomb out of the house. So we took a risk without any destruction. We took a risk of giving a pleasant game, saving your own house, and that end up being a big hit in India, one of the highest grosses in India. Yep.
Wow. So you publish with a publisher called Cheetah Mobile. So
Yep.
how was the journey? How did you met the publisher? How did you approach it? And what was the initial response? And then how this thing proceeded?
Initially, like the first 2 years, I never liked the word called the publishing.
Oh.
I love self-publishing.
Absolutely.
I want that to be under my banner. We released the game in May 2018. We released that game. Then there were quite a few publishers, like 7, 8 publishers approached us. We'll release this game. We'll give this net revenue share, this, that, and all. And back in June 2018, Cheetah Mobiles approached us. So I have very less knowledge about them, but I was a huge fan for one of their games. It's called Piano Tiles.
Okay.
Piano Tiles is Cheetah Mobiles game. I'm a huge fan. So give it a shot. I can reach more audience. It's a premium game. Let's reach more audience. I don't have that much funds. So then I took a risky step. I made a deal with them. Then it changed the face of BOMBARIKA. It's till June it was 1%. After June it was like 90%.
Wow.
Just the Zoom is so high.
Amazing. So which year this was when you started publishing with Cheetah Mobile?
2018.
2018.
June, July, in and around. Yeah.
Amazing. So would like to know your opinion on self-publishing versus the publishers, the well-known publishers.
Yeah, any day I would choose self-publishing because you can show your own banner. You can even see if you go to Play Store, you'll find only one game, which is Gravity Bridge.
Okay.
If you go to App Store, you can find 20, 30 games of ours in iOS. but you can't see BOMBARIKA under our name. It will be there under Cheetah Mobiles.
Okay.
So, and you'll get 100% profit when you go for self-publishing. You don't have to work for anyone. You don't have to get anyone's suggestions. It's your innovative thoughts. But if you go with game publisher, that's one awesome thing. Many Indian studios doesn't have that much funds to reach 1 million mark, 10 million mark. You need game publisher, right? We don't have that much funds, man. You can spend 1 lakh or 5 lakhs, but not 1 crore or 5 crores. A small guy can't spend that much for any game, whether it's hyper casual or premium game, they can't spend, right? And you need expertise, how to market it. 2% of our Indian studios know how to market the game. An indie segment, only 1%. Frankly speaking, they very less knowledge. So initially, every developer, every studio have to adapt to the give your game to game publisher, let them release the game, get the knowledge from them, get the funds from them, then you can release your self game. That's what I prefer these days. I recommend the newcomers. This is the way it will be nice. Yep.
Amazing for answering this, because I get this question mostly that I'm doing my first game or I'm doing my second game. I'm an initial programmer. We are a startup studios. So what we should do, self-publishing versus this. So for somebody who is making their name, is it good to do the self-publishing? But if they actually want to earn the numbers, if they actually want to create reach the heights of the games and actually want to run the studios, then they must go to with the publishers, right?
Yep, absolutely. You want to reach top charts, top 100, not even top 10, top 100, you require a game publisher.
Absolutely.
When it comes to hyper casual games, 100% you require game publisher.
Absolutely.
Right. When we released one of our game back in Gravity Bridge time 2016, I don't have any knowledge. Frankly speaking, zero knowledge. No marketing skills. Even buying user acquisition, I thought it was a crime. But that was the main thing these days, right? Buying users and organic installs, inorganic installs. So, you know what? I spoke to 1,000 friends and only 100 downloads happened for Gravity Bridge. And we are not even top 1,000 games. The 2016 top 10 games, there is one game called Jai Mata Di. I don't even know how it came top 10. So you need a game publisher to help your game to be in top. Yep.
Okay. So apart from marketing is definitely the one. When you release a game, there's a huge amount of marketing balance which you need. As you mentioned, it's in crores. So you need crores of rupees to market your game. Apart from that, what is the other thing game publishers help with publishing? What are the other, do they help you refine their game, and what are the other process?
They'll definitely involve into you, they'll become your wife. They'll keep telling you, you have to do this, you have to do that. Okay, right. We don't require ads here. Okay, I mean, every developer don't want to disturb any player. Every developer keeps an ad every 5 levels once or 10 levels once, because they want to give the player that cushion, like play the game. But publisher will come to you and say, like, every 1 level you have to put 1 ad, 1 interstitial ad. Just imagine, like, this kind of things. They'll say, like, we need a special effect here, we need a few more items in the store. So they'll involve you, but they'll give you the space for your own creativity also. Absolutely. Yep. And the metrics they share, that is, you have to observe very keenly. Like the metrics from AppsFlyer or Tenjin, you have to look into it. The metrics from FB Analytics or Unity Analytics, you have to observe very keenly. So from that, you learn a lot. Yep.
So this is exactly the same what I experienced, because I was working on a game with a publisher called Tastypill, and after the completion of the game, I had so much more knowledge which was almost impossible for me to get if I do the self-publishing, because they help you refine your game so much. It's really amazing. Also, we had a conversation about the publisher contract. So we had this conversation at the charity stream which we did, and that conversation actually blowed everyone's mind, because you talked in very detail. So let's talk about that again. Publisher contract.
Okay.
What are the things we should care about when we sign the contract with a publisher?
It's a very tricky situation. I guess I should thank my legal team first of all. So there are many loopholes in a lot of contracts, right? People should know the difference between what is net revenue share, what is gross revenue share, right? If they offer you 10%, 20% of net revenue share, seriously, you won't be getting anything,
Okay.
right? And I'll be talking in terms of hyper casual. These days, as most of the contracts are signed by Indian developers. There are more than 100 studios assigned to various publishers. They made quite a few mistakes. I can name 10 to 20 companies who made a lot of mistakes. They lost their games because of wrongly signing a contract,
Okay.
right? So keenly look at how many years term it is. There are big companies, they'll add a word 10-year contract. Never sign a contract which is 10 years. Look for 2 years. 2 to 3 years, that's maximum you can go for it. There'll be companies, they'll tell you like if you reach 1 million mark, we'll pay you bonus. If you reach 2 million mark or 5 million mark, we'll pay you bonus. But there'll be a line inside the contract. The downloads will be calculated from only US market, China market, and Japan market.
Oh.
Trust me, if you open only with these 3 countries, even if you cross 10 million, your actual downloads will be 1 million. So amount you get from India, they will take it. You won't get it. And third thing is that the metrics. 90% of the publishers will show you a screenshot, or else they'll send you Excel sheet. An Excel sheet, it can be manipulated. It can be easily manipulated by them. So you always tell them in contract that like show us proper screenshots or screen sharing. So if you get $1 million from a publisher, they'll put it as 100K, $100K or something, and you get very less out of it. And they'll show you wrong metrics on how much they're spending on UA, right? And there are a lot of points. And yeah, there are one major point. Recently, one of our fellow studio guy lost his game. He needs to give an update every 2 weeks once, and mega update in every 2 months once. So there was no clause called force majeure. So when there is no clause force majeure, like in Corona time, the force majeure should act up. So when there is no clause, he was unable to make a game in 2 months. He didn't even touch the game. So the clause states that if you don't make it, if you fail to give 2 updates in 1 month, like every 2 weeks once, you lose the game. Simple, it's gone. And there are contracts which will state that if we cross 1 million downloads, the game belongs to them. It will be single line. They'll give you 20 pages, but it will be very simple single line. So I recommend everyone to have their own legal team or approach. You pay 2,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees, go to Vakil Search or anyone. They'll reread your contract. They'll help you out. So please read the contracts very keenly. Yep.
Absolutely.
There are many points, Mr. Ravi, but these are the few points which I can mention in the limited time.
So losing the game is really horrible for any developer because you put all your strength, all your forces, sleepless nights, everything, and when you lose a game, it's really horrible. So
and one more point is I just have to mention this. There are companies, few companies, Southeast Asian companies. They're asking for source codes.
Oh,
right.
Right.
So always give your source code post global launch. Never give your source code before global launch, because there are games. If you give source code, they'll give that main game to other studio and make that game into something bigger.
Absolutely.
And they'll say buy to you. A simple buy will be like over. Okay, and always ask for minimum guarantee amount. Never go for only net revenue share. It will never bring you any profit to you. Minimum guarantee, how much ever it is, $10,000, $20,000, or 100K or 600K, doesn't matter. Take the money. That's important.
That's really important because without any minimum guaranteed amount, it's actually very dicey. So let's also talk about one of the most critical area of a game, what makes a game interesting, the very level design. So the very progression, you have to care about how the player gonna reach from one level to another level and what amount of skills he gonna learn throughout, and you have to take care of the progression. So it's always challenging and always different for each game. So you are very expert in that, because I have seen the games and how they progresses. So let's talk about the level designs. What are the key concepts and how we thought about this?
First of all, thank you, Mr. Ravi. I never considered myself as an expert. I always consider myself as a failure in level designing. But in general, people have different perceptions on what is level designing technically. Before, it used to be only game programmer who looks after everything.
Absolutely.
Later on, it was divided into game designer, and game designer will have a certain team under him: level designer, system designer, content designer. There'll be a lot of things, but as a level designer, you'll be working closely with game designer, right? As a game designer, he'll look after pre-production, production, post-production. But a level designer look into in production phase. In general, like where a villain pops up, enemy pops up, what is the surprise element in this? So these kind of things, how that particular level aesthetics should look like, how to grab a player's attention. This is the basics of a level designer.
Absolutely.
Right. So I always look for only one thing: how to surprise my player, how to what is a unique thing we give in this particular level or a stage. Whatever the games I make, I always look out for that. Then I always think like, what if I'm a female? What if I'm a male 10-year-old kid? What if I'm a 6-year-old kid? Whether I'll be satisfied with this particular element which I'm keeping it. And simultaneously, I have to think about our game designer, because I have to sit with game designer and tell him the idea processing. So, and similarly, I have to worry about my programmers, whether they can do this particular mechanics or not. And I have to worry about my artist team. So all are interlinked. So it's all about surprise element. You have to engage the user. Simple thing, how to engage your user.
Absolutely.
That's the main level designer's work.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yep.
So, let me also tell you what I follow in level designing. What is my thought process when I'm doing the level design? So, in psychology, there's something called flow. So, flow is a very critical concept in psychology. And if on one end there is anxiety, other end there's boredom, and there's a sweet line where you can follow and how it's gonna it should be progressed. Okay, so we have to take care about these. So skills should increment in such a way that it's not too hard to grasp, or otherwise player will leave, or not should be too easy, otherwise player will also leave. So we have to deal with that critical line which is called flow, and the incremental skills that are required to play with. So suppose drop a box, and then you can basically use the box in several ways, and you keep increasing the number of ways you can use the box in each level. So that is my basically the thought process. Is it correct?
So it is absolutely correct. See, many top games, if you take any AAA, AA games, if it's a level-based game, let's say level-based game or a story-based game, first it will be like incremental. The difficulty of the game will be incremental. Suddenly there will be a drop. It will be super easy. You'll think like the player will feel like I became an expert. And suddenly there will be a huge spike.
Absolutely.
Then the player will go back and reanalyze his powers. He'll check the quests. He'll look into it. So that is what you said was absolutely right. Absolutely right. And you told one more thing is the boredom part.
Right.
So people have to remember what kind of prop or asset we use in the level 1. We have to bring that kind of props in the middle of the game. So it should be repetitive, but it should not be repetitive technically.
Right. So means you can now you learn how to easily overcome your enemies, and you are but more than 2 or 3 level, when it's too easy, it's going to be bored. The player is going to be bored, because without any challenges, it's no fun. So that's the ultimate aim of making the game. Also, we were having a very great conversation last week with Rajat Oja, and he mentioned that how Nintendo craft its level design, how Nintendo make, no matter if you are potato bag, they make you feel that you are the hero. So it's basically, and that's very striking when you think about this.
True. That is the reason. See, there are successful people. You calling me successful, so I have to learn a lot from these kind of people.
Absolutely, you are. Your premium games are fantastic. So let's talk
Thank
about game monetization, because this is one more crucial part of a game. So how eventually you're gonna earn with the game depends on completely on the monetization. If you are a self-publisher, it's very very critical. Even if you are publishing for some publishing company, they are going to provide you help, but ultimately you have to figure out what is right and what is not, basically.
We'll talk about the self-publishing part itself, because when you go for publisher, they won't even tell you, like, you'll just integrate SDKs,
Right.
what ad networks you're putting. They'll only tell you where to put the ads and all. You won't get that creativity.
Absolutely.
In general, 2 years back, free-to-play games or freemium games, people, the most of the game developers and game studios get the money from IAPs. So it used to be 75% and 80% from IAPs. So they used to worry about only retention part. Every developer used to be relating to the retention part. So, and 15 to 20% should be ad.
Can you also explain retention for people who are not aware of this?
Sure, definitely. So only 10 to 15% is ads. But these days, because of hyper casual game segment, which became a $3 to $4 billion market in just 2 years time, so 95% was through ads. It's literally through ads. So whether it is through banner ads or interstitial ads or rewarded ads, it should be through ads. 5% they're adding buy a gold or buy this item with your real money, right? So when it comes to monetization, a developer have to keep his mind very clear where to keep his interstitial ads. It should not be forceful. I mean, rewarded ads are, right? If you want a reward, you'll keep a rewarded video like daily rewards, or like you want this power up or something. Same way, any rewarded video, it cannot be forceful. If you put it as forceful, you lose lot of users, right? So it'll cost your retention rate. Retention rate is something a player like how much. I mean, technically we look into day 1, day 7, day 30 kind of thing. What is day 1 retention? A player, how much, whether the player stayed more than 24 hours or he's having your game in your phone or not, whether he installed the game and he reopened the game next day or not, he just uninstalled it. So if out of 100 people, 100 guys have downloaded your game, 40 people have your game more than 1 day, and 60 people uninstall your game, that is called day 1 40%. Out of these 40 people, 20 guys have your game at the end of day 7, right? After 7 days, then it is called 20% day 7 retention, right? That is very, very important. It's very important. Did I clear your question? Or
Absolutely, about the retention, absolutely.
Yep.
Also, just yesterday night, I was playing a game, and I won't name the game. It was not from my Indian publisher, but I was playing a game, and what happened? I lose out of chances. I lose out of the playability of the game, and how do I gain that back? Either I do purchases or watch some ads. I was like, I installed the game right away. So make sure that you are letting the player play at least. There could be monetization in terms of skins, but you are removing the very chances of playing the games. I don't think that's a very good idea of monetization.
It's actually the worst idea technically. If you stop, that is the reason I personally like idle games.
Right.
If you go to idle game, you'll keep playing it. You'll play it throughout 1 day. If you put your real money, you can just progress it very faster.
Very fast.
If you don't, it'll take 7 days or 10 days, but you'll play. It won't stop your gameplay moment, the gaming experience. So you'll watch rewarded videos to get money from that, right?
Obviously,
so
because
there won't be any interstitial.
Because once you break the very mood of a gamer, that okay, now you can't play until this amount of timer exceeded. Now you can't play for next 3 minutes. He's not going to come back to your game. It's so much stuff out there. He's going to look at that. It's not going to come back. It's not 1980s. He's not going to come back.
True. So this is one point which I didn't like in Candy Crush back in that time. Whether you have to get 3 tickets from your friends, or you have to buy the tickets with your real money. which as an Indian, it's there in my blood. I can't buy. I won't put my money. So, okay, I waited for my friends to send me the tickets. Yeah, that will
Okay.
change your mood.
Absolutely. You just mentioned a very, very amazing point that I'm an Indian, I'm not gonna invest. Okay. So let's talk about this very point, that when India will produce a game like PUBG, and why India is not producing a game like PUBG, because people of India, if we are targeting the Indian market, they're actually not going to purchase anything in your game, because in India we have a tendency that software is always free. We have got almost every software for absolutely nothing. So how to,
True.
when do you see this thing changing, or is it ever going to change?
It's going to change for sure. Come on. Till the Reliance Geo came up, what is the scene of Indian game studios? Trust me, in 2016, we were like, I used to ask my team, like, bro, don't, let's not make it more than 50 MB game.
Right.
If it crosses 50 MB game, that's it. No one downloads the game because we don't have the data. The Reliance Geo came, we can use 1 GB per day. If there is no data freeness in India, there is no PUBG.
Absolutely.
There is nothing, no big game. So because of that, PUBG became big hit. And this year, there are a lot of premium games are going to come up in India. And yeah, PUBG kind of game, people can make it. We need a lot of funds, first of all, and a lot of talent, and who can dedicate their time onto one particular game. And users who are buying in-app purchases have changed drastically in India. Before it used to be very low. Now people have changed a lot. Yeah, it's going to change a lot.
Okay, so definitely there's a hope, and it's going to change a lot, and maybe there are going to be subscription-based game which you might purchase as the form of, like you pay your DTH bills, you might pay for this kind of subscriptions in future for sure. So let's talk about your journey into the Casual Connect Europe 19. So that was in, London, I think.
2019 London, yeah.
2019 London, and you won how much? $36,000. So that was
That
a huge
is a
prize.
Tenjin.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge prize only. It's
And
not about money
getting,
or something. It's about that
absolutely,
award itself.
absolutely. It's not about the money. It's about the award, because it's an Indian studio who's getting such a great award, Casual Connect Euro. So how was the journey? How it's all started? I mean, there are many studios who got nominated, but you were the one who won that competition. And so how was the journey? And first of all, and what was the after effect of that award? So does it change anything?
A lot technically. It changed a lot. I know, as you know, many people knows that what is Casual Connect. It was happening from past 26 years.
Right.
In mobile awards, that's the highest awards.
Right.
In GDC, BAFTA, such as that awards. In Casual Connect in mobile, that's the biggest awards.
That's the biggest
So there will
one.
be 10 to 11 categories will be there. So we never thought, we wanted to apply for it. We want to get that badge of getting finalist. 100 teams will be finalist from thousands of games. Thousands of people will apply for that. So every year, 100 teams will be get finalisted. So they'll get a free table, free 2 tickets for the event. So they can go there to London or US or China. 3 times it will happen in a year. They'll go there. They'll showcase their game for 3 days for free of cost, everything. So back in 2018 December, I applied for it. In April, we come to know we are finalists. We were like ultra happy. We were so happy that like wow, it's a great moment. But we never had a slightest doubt that we'll get nominated or we'll get an award. We went to UK. It was May 27, 28, 29 last year, last year. Then second day evening, they told that like you have to be there in the gaming. In that podium thing. What do you call auditorium?
Yeah.
In award session. Why? I don't understand why we have to be there. Like, no, you guys are nominated. I was like, wow, thank you, man. I was like, fine. We waited. We went there. We thought we'll be nominated for one thing. Then we were nominated for 5 awards, literally.
Wow.
So that is the first time in Indian nominated for 5 different categories. The second highest was only two categories. We were best game design nominee, best game art nominee, best innovative game, best family game. So then the final award is best mobile game. The four awards we didn't get it. The first four, like, we were showcased in the screen, but we didn't get award. And the best mobile game, they were saying that me and my friend were like, no chance, man, we are not getting it. We thought like we'll get for game art, who will give for best mobile game of the year.
Wow.
And they said like BOMBARIKA. You got to see I literally screamed. I was like, I just ran off. I didn't even took the stage to the stage. I just jumped onto the stage and took that award. Because it's a pride moment for an Indian.
Absolutely.
Last 25 years, no Indian had won it, and we won it.
Absolutely.
And a lot of applause from all Indian gaming fraternity. Post that we were approached by 20 to 30 publishers literally for our games, and especially BOMBARIKA alone. So yeah, it changed the face of our company, literally.
Amazing. Such an inspirational story. So once you were thinking that should I apply or not, and then you won the best mobile game of the year. Amazing.
Yep.
Amazing. So what, again, to the final question, what is your message to the people who are listening to us, and to the people who are new in the industry, or to people who have dreams of making an indie and basically earning with their passions, which is in game development? So what is your thought?
Ultimately, I'll tell one thing is you require lots of patience.
Right.
If you don't have patience, never come into the gaming industry. It took me 16 months, 13 days to get my 1 rupee mark. So people criticized me, people let me down, people left me, but still me and my team, we never gave up. We worked hard. We released more and more games. Now we are into 20 into profits, right? Within a span of 3 to 4 years. And so patience, and never give up your challenges. And you might be finishing 90% of the game. Before finishing the 10%, you might think that whether this game will work or not. So share it with your friends, get the opinion, change it out. And when I came into this industry, no one is there to guide me. So there are many people who are in our industry, indie developers, top indie studios. We are there to help you guys. You know where to contact us, ping us, we'll help you out. Where to start, how to start, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, right? And read the contracts, and just don't leave your hopes. If you have a weird ideas, like any weird ideas, make the game, make a prototype, release it up, not a problem. Seriously, right now top 10 games has a pigeon poop game. The poop has to drop on the car. That's the silliest game you can never think of, but that became a top 10 charts.
Wow.
So whatever game you have, whatever smallest prototype you have, release it up or show to people around you. You can make it. Don't give up. Simple.
Just never give up. And believe yourself. Why not?
Yep.
Thank you. It's an amazing inspirational message for everyone who is listening us. And thanks for coming. Thanks for your time. And you gave us such great insight. And congratulations for winning that prestigious award. And hopefully 2020 is gone, but hopefully 2021 you are going to win that again. And we'll see you there next time again.
This year there are no awards technically because of Corona.
Absolutely.
We are 100% sure we are going to get something out of it in 2021. We're coming up with a couple of premium games, so we are confident about it. Yep.
Absolutely.
And thank you so much, Mr. Ravi, for having me here. It means a lot. Thank you. Thanks to all the viewers for listening to all the crap which I said. Thank you, guys. Yep.